Hello, can you hear me? Sound off in the chat if you can hear me, please, because we have to play the Can You Hear Me game. That is the first and most important point of business. Can you hear me, darlings? I like the cake thing. I want cake. I don't have cake. I have muffins. Sounds good. Great. Thank you. I have muffins and a big mess behind me, including the dog. Hold on. That that lighter brown lump on the other brown lump is the dog. Cora. 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 Ignore the mess, y'all. We gotta clean. Oh, I know. I have to freaking do it again. I hate. I have to do it again. Why are you so tired, Barb? Cora. Cora. Do you want a hug? She's pouting because Zariah's not home. Anyways, we are here to journal. I gotta set up my journal, and y'all, the shadow, it bothers me. Hello, Books and Potions. Hello, Steph. I don't know your actual names. Oh, my whole outfit. Here, let me show you. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong screen. I love my outfit today. It makes me so happy. Hello, Savannah. I'm just preening like a bird because I'm a weirdo. But yeah, I love it. And then this necklace I got from the Witch's Moon. I didn't get it from one of the boxes. I ordered it separate. It's a rollerball. So and this is an oil I got from them. Hello, Emerald. Oh, Princess, what's her name? Y'all, if you want me to use actual names for you, you're gonna have to teach me what your actual names are. So for those of you who don't like have their real name, the name they go by in their username, I need to learn what they are. So that's totally up to you. Just telling you, if you want me to know them, you gotta teach me. Oh, is that blue? Is that black cat asshole that's been waking you up at 4 a.m., Barb? Is that your black kitty? That doesn't sound fun. Anyways, as I was saying, thank you for the compliments about my outfit. I really like it. I feel very much like me. I've got my daily card on. But we are here to deal with this. And first, y'all. No, it is not, Barb. Fucker. So this shadow, I have these wonderful pot lights in my house, which is great because it is super bright, which is good because I have trouble seeing in that's fair, Princess. Can I just call you Princess? Or should I just call you what's her name? Either's kind of funny, honestly. It's Franklin and Douglas have been waking you up. Is that the name of your cats? Oh dear. My internet is telling me it's a bit low. Hold on. There, that'll fix that. Okay, so this shade, or this shadow, is so irritating because I have pot lights right above the light, like I can make myself shady, shines down and casts a shadow. And I can't. I have my stupid little ring light, and I can't for the life of me get the shadow to go away. It makes me so mad every single time. Oh, that's really cool. Way to be creative. I'm just going to highlight Barb. So I'm sorry about the shadow. I couldn't get an angle for this live that didn't have shadow. I'm trying so hard to find a way to get less. Ugh, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. Anyways, so I just had an idea for this. This is supposed to be my title page. Oh wait, I can't even do my idea. So never mind. We're just gonna move on. But I have to do my nightly stuff. I know shadows are real life, but it's distracting. Remember when I couldn't keep the sparkly ghost up? This is distracting too. Anyways, it occurred to me that it would be kind of awkward to, like, my wife went out to do some work, and so I had to put the kiddo and settle him for the evening and stuff, which means at 9 I'm gonna have to quickly go tell him it's time to actually sleep and say goodnight to him again. I'm sure we will not be done before 9. Luckily, this is easier for me to talk through than the Boo Tarot. Like, this is easier for me to do things while I chat with you all. Just putting my necklace away for the evening. This is actually the bag that the Charmcast pendant came in, and I really like it, so I keep it. So I need to reorganize my space a little bit, so I have stuff kind of everywhere. So the hello, is it Loriana? Am I saying it right? It's really important to me to pronounce people's names correctly. Anywho, it didn't make much sense, especially because I'm tending to my child alone for the evening, to put him in his room to film and then also go live. So I don't know if there'll be like a video tomorrow or if we're just going to resume again on Monday, but I thought it would be really fun to what I get for trying to just make it focus more. I thought it would be really fun to do the live because this is not focusing very well. Anywho, so since we're here, might as well do this evening stuff. So Zariah's head was actually, hello, thinking this. It took us about 3 years. It was not 3 years. No, Loriana? All right, cool. It was not 3 years, and you loved every moment. Oh, thank you. So Zariah's head, I have to check in with tomorrow. This is blurry. Can you focus, please, camera? Exactly. It was worth it. It was worth it. I think I've drank 2 of these water bottles today. And I did brush my teeth this morning. Usual stuff. Ooh, how fancy. Physical movement today. No, I actually had clients because a bunch of you beautiful people are booking readings. That damn sparkle got me on the first card. That damn sparkle is incredible. I'm a little disappointed in the cardstock of it. Ow, fuck, I hit my tooth. Ow. Instead of drinking the water bottle, it into my tooth. That's how I chipped this tooth when I was a kid. I got it with a cup. Anyway, the cardstock on the Boo Tarot. I love the Boo Tarot and it's still worth it. But the cardstock is a bit I just want to see if I can get this camera to focus. Hold on. Let's use a card. Can you focus, camera? It's not focusing on this. it's focusing on like the cards just fine. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, I had two separate client readings that were both 2-hour reading or client sessions that were both 2 hours. So that didn't really happen. Today, for the yelling, today was a yellow day, unfortunately. I wasn't really yelling. It children, okay, Emerald, see ya. Children are hard. Yeah, it seems to have focused a bit better now. Um, Parenting is hard. Uh, I get the basics of it is I was not, like I said in my moon return reading where I which went live today, I was raised and I was raised and rooted in anger. And I was not given proper coping skills. And so I haven't had a chance to learn them. I'm trying desperately to learn them now as a grown-up while trying to be reasonable in raising my kid. And it's not an easy combo. Cycle day 17. Today's Bojo number 8/9 went up. So yay that. I did film this morning, like my morning setup, but I know, isn't it so cool? If you enjoy this, Barb, you should watch Jessica and the Moon, formerly known as, you haven't, Barb, formerly known as Jessica the Story Witch. When she went to a B5, she did a lot of cutouts too. I love this quote too. The moment of surrender is not when life is over, it is when life begins. It's a perfect quote for what I'm trying to learn, what surrender is trying to teach me how to learn. I don't need to do anything here. Oh, I do. But we'll come back to that, and I'll try and do this with you. So my astrological overview. I did write about my moon return. That's really funny. I wrote, how am I feeling about my roots and home? That explains. I was talking in my moon return reading when I did it of like how it's a very rooted, like I like doing the root reading. I have a spread I did in that, which was my root and grow spread. I like doing the root and grow spread. My moon is in the 4th house of roots. So, of course I did. Anyways, I still have to figure out the rest. And this week is 2 of these things. Because this week has the full moon on July 13th, which is Lisa's birthday. So y'all, I'm going to make a post in the groups, and we have to bombard her with happy unicorn things because it's her birthday and Lisa is awesome and she deserves it. And I hope she doesn't watch this before that. I bought a neat tarot calendar thing that started on July 1st. Thinking I made myself right. It's the 9th and I haven't even taken it up. Okay, so here's your motivation to take it out of the shopping bag. I want to see pictures, and you can't send me pictures if it's still in the fucking bag. So take it out of the damn bag, open it, and send me pictures because I want to see what it is. Anywho, this is a tomorrow morning thing. Okay. So today, Cameron and I did a Moana movie date night because Zariah was gone. So and yesterday was our normal family movie night, but we couldn't do that because we had no internet. And the internet didn't come on until it was Cameron's bedtime. Zariah, I will wait. I'm hoping she gets home. My dog is dreaming. I'm hoping Zariah gets home early enough that we can watch Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as like a date night tonight. I'm grateful for I'm feeling extremely grateful for our beautiful tarot community here. Witch. Kyra the bossy witch? Oh, because I told you to take it out of the bag and take pictures for me. I mean, it tracks. But you're still probably going to do it, right? Yes? For me? Come on. You can call me bossy all you want, babe. I'm fine with it. Victories. I had sessions with new clients today, which is always so much fun and fucking terrifying. It is terrifying because I never know if people are gonna like me. And I have social anxieties. Okay, I gotta turn my camera a little. I accidentally clicked that to highlight that on my phone. My bad. Okay, so here's this week. And for those who didn't see, I loved this weekly. My problem was this. There was not enough space here because I need to have, like, I've got this part's the sky weather. So this is all the astrology stuff. And then because I keep track of my wife's events. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I love you all so much. And guys, have you seen? So, if you aren't, if you're here and you're not a Unicorn fam member, because I know some of you are, but I'm not sure if all of you are. I was talking in the chat. I'm thinking of going live to celebrate once I've hit 1,000 subs. And I'm thinking it would be fun to like pull some cards and I don't know what, but I think it would be fun to like pull some cards and just do a like witchy celebratory hangout when I finally hit 1,000 subs. Because for those who don't know, I have actually been making videos on YouTube since January 2019. I am not new to this space. I've been doing this January 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. I've been doing this 3.5 years. And I still haven't hit 1,000 subs yet. And don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly grateful for the people who have been with me and for the people who are with me now. It's just really hard on the imposter syndrome when you see people come in who are newer and they get great. I expect pictures. Maybe that's why my phone was beeping. When you see people who are new and they come in and they skyrocket into lots of subscribers, it gets really hard not to compare yourself to them. And that's probably one of the biggest things YouTube is teaching me is not to compare. Anyways, the point. I had a couple points. First point. I know. It's so exciting, Steph. I'm so excited. It just, okay. I'm going to be emotional. So hold on. I'm going to make myself big. Ignore the mess. I know sometimes, according to what I've been told, I know sometimes when I talk about the fact that this is my work, it might sound like I don't care. Yeah, exactly, Princess. I'm not doing this because it's my job. I'm making it my job because I love it. I love the tarot YouTube and the witchy journaling YouTube community so much. And it's really starting to feel like other people actually care about what I do here, which is really nice because I spend a lot of time and a lot of energy goes into this stuff. And the fact that I've done it for 3.5 years says a lot because I get a lot of inklings and ideas that just fall by the wayside. Like I'll do them for a bit, the novelty will wear off, and then I'm like, meh. So when something sticks, I don't feel bad about people skyrocketing. It just it just triggers my imposter syndrome. That's just what it is. It just triggers my imposter syndrome, right? And it just makes me, it triggers all the programming I've been told, that's like, why aren't I good enough for that? And it makes me wonder, like, what am I doing wrong? And all those kinds of impostery syndrome things. That's really what it is. It's not any of their fault. I would rather have authentic, connected people and slow, sustainable growth than unattainable things. And I know some folks who skyrocket into popularity later then have to try and dial it back into what's realistic for them and sustainable. So I'm thrilled with the way things have gone. It's just I have to work through a lot of comparison and imposter syndrome, and it's hard. And I worry that sometimes my community doesn't know how much you all mean to me, because you mean a lot. And then I get really excited. And the truth is, the nerdy truth is, oh, thank you, Loriana. Loriana. Um, and the truth is, the nerdy truth is, when I didn't do YouTube videos of my journal, because my journal is what brought me to the YouTube space. When I didn't do YouTube videos of my journal, I would sit at home and pretend I was a grown-ass woman with her kid, and I would sit there and pretend I was talking to YouTube and explaining my journal. It's a thing I would do for hours. I would spend hours just pretending I was making a YouTube video. So then one day I actually made one. Back to my journal that you Oh, thank you, Novara. That's really, really sweet. You guys are so nice. I love you all. Anyways, back to the weekly. And the other quick note, I really want to do more tarot content on YouTube. So if you all have any ideas, any suggestions now, um, or later, or like if there's a tarot tag you'd really like to see me do. Oh, hello, Shirley. I don't know when you joined us. Oh, thank you so much for joining. Oh, yeah, I saw it. You just subscribed today. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. But if you all have a tarot tag you want to see me do, or a Q&A, or just like questions, requests, if you have any requests for more tarot content or anything, please let me know. You can throw some in the chat now and I can start them. You can ask me questions while I do this. But I need to actually start doing this. So, Hoist. Hi, Lisa. I was talking about you because it's almost your birthday. La di da di da. It's almost Lisa's birthday. Okay, so my weekly here. The one problem I had was this was too cramped. I need to keep track of my wife's appointments and such, so that way we can coordinate and make sure our son is being tended to. So he's in his room just finishing up his shows before bed. So there just wasn't enough space. I did end up yesterday during the power outage setting up my new weekly, and this is what I've got. So, ooh, maybe if I move it a bit closer, it'll focus better. Ah, my finger on the phone keeps pinning comments. You could do so much with YouTube, like if someone was willing to do a live reading, or just explaining your process. Oh, and how you prepare, do's and don'ts. Do you mean like how I prepare for client readings? What exactly, can you give me some more context for the meaning of like how I prepare? I don't have a place for requests yet, so except just here. Tarot do's and don'ts. You know what would be interesting? I could do tarot myths too. I'd really love to rant about some fucking tarot myths. Like the whole idea that you have to have someone else buy you your first tarot deck and that gatekeeping nonsense. If it resonates for some people, that's fine. But the idea that everyone who's interested in tarot should follow that is quite just ridiculous. You want to see me do a live reading for someone else. It sounds like explaining your process, how you prepare. How you tarot prep. Okay. All right. Back to the weekly. So, hey, Lisa, if you haven't seen it, and I don't know if you're watching, but I took 3 fucking pages of notes from that past life reading. Y'all, I'm not going to stop talking about it anytime soon. If you haven't ever got shit tarot readers say. I mean, I get the idea, but what shit do tarot readers say? I say every day I'm shuffling all the time. Does that count? I do. It's become a thing where I'll just be like, and I say it about 3 pages. You have no idea. Y'all, I'm kind of teasing Lisa about it in a best kind of way, but I'm doing a project from her reading. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's my favorite thing. Once I realized I could do that, it 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 makes me giggle to no end. I just sit there randomly, like I'll be watching a live and someone shuffles or something, and I'll be like, every day I'm shuffling, and I just have a party to myself because I'm a dork. I am such a dork. Anywho, okay. So my weekly, all I did was I just narrowed the pages and I made a flap. I made a door. Flappy flap. So the reason I did the flap is so that way I'm in the right colors, right? Yeah. So that way I could open up. Oh, I went through the P. I drew my marker through the P. So that way I could open the flap and still see my work stuff at the same time. I have already filled in the sky weather, which is good. I am going to put a yellow line. Okay, and I need some color on my headings. Witchy planning, tracker, week ahead. How did I do this last time? Yeah, the yellow is the full moon. I just like because it's the full moon, I associate yellow with the full moon, black with the new moon or dark moon, and then I associate red with my moon returns. So last week I have red, a red outline there because it was my moon return. And then a lot of people will also use the red for like eclipses, but it's a yellow moon and I just wanted my eye to find that easier. Because there's a lot of sky weather going on this week. I'm a little scared. God, this stupid fucking shadow. Ugh. I hate this light and I hate this shadow. I need a better light. Welcome back, Emerald. I'm still mad at the shadow. The thing is, I don't know how to zoom in my camera on StreamYard without just pulling it closer. I don't know if I can. Anywho, I need to do, so first, my habit tracker, which I admittedly started forgetting about. I did do the dishes today. So let's see. Dishes, Cam, school, because we've got a little like workbook for him. Lighting is the worst. Oh, is it humid, Emerald? That sucks. What part of the world are you in? Do you mind sharing like what state or province or wherever roughly you are? Because I'm nosy. I'm just writing in some habits. Ground and center. I still have not been doing that. So the thing is, for Steph here, this. I don't quite know how to explain my brain in that way because I don't fully understand what my brain does. Like, I go kind of, I don't have enough words that I could do, that I feel like I could do a video for that right now. But I go kind of VA. What's VA? I don't know what VA, Virginia. Thank you. Um, I go kind of quiet and I just quietly focus on setting up. And I think that focus kind of tunes me in. Sometimes I'll put on this essential oil, but I don't have, besides my journal and my tarot, which y'all see, I don't have a lot of set practices. This is the stuff I'm trying to build at the moment. So there, my habits, I have the dishes, Cameron doing his schoolwork, the 5-step plan, which is another thing for him, the litter, grounding, and centering. I can't think of any other habits, so we're just not going to worry about that. Let's fill in the mundane shit first. So this flap is going to be my swamp ass weather is a good way to explain it. Yeah. Yeah. Tits are the worst in swamp ass weather. I don't recommend having boobs when it's swamp ass weather because it's just not fun. Okay. So, what do I have? Oh, no, Byra, you booked in! Yay! Thank you! Oh, yay! I'm so excited. Okay. I'm looking at my Google Calendar, which is why I'm like squeaking. Because Novira booked a reading. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Learn your chart. Yay. Oh, you all are so awesome. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. I think Soraya does have her staff meeting this week because she's supposed to, like, there's a service this week. And then on Tuesday, this is the week coming up. Oh God. Oh. On Monday, this is fun though. I have my my patron Witchy live hangout, and we're actually going to be talking about the full moon in Capricorn. So it's not too late to join my Patreon and get in on the fun. That said, you might want, if you're curious about my like Patreon and stuff. I love the flap too. you might want to wait until I hit 1,000 subs, because I am going to be moving to to YouTube membership, and I think I'm going to be removing Patreon. I just think it'll work better for my platform. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. What tier on Patreon? Oh, goodness. Off the top of my head, I think that's my Mercury's. Let me check, because I'm just... but my current patrons already know that I am going to be like moving things over. I've been talking about it. Patreon recently changed things too. It makes it very hard to like navigate. I don't like the way they changed things. Anywho, sorry about my wobbling. Just give me one sec. Editing tiers has been moved to make it easier. That's why I can't find it, because it's easier, right? Yeah, the patron live, the Witchy hangout, it's no longer on Zoom, it's now on StreamYard, is for Mercury's and up, and then Venus's, I have that and live readings every month, and then Mars's, which I don't have any Mars's yet, there's a monthly live astro chat where you can just ask me like astrology questions. So that is what I have for those. So that's that tier. It's the Mercury's has it, the Mercury's, Venus's, and Mars's. But yeah, I'll make sure when I do the membership, I'll make sure to launch it in a timeline, so that way the patrons who want to like move over don't get double charged. Okay, so back to what I was doing. So I have that on Monday. On Tuesday, I'm meeting my friend Suzanne. We're doing some clothes looking at from another friend who is getting rid of stuff, and I'm meeting them at 2 p.m. And then we have a session 0 for D&D. I'm running my first D&D game because apparently I like to torture myself. And so that's that. On Wednesday, it's Lisa's birthday. Lisa, what are you still in the chat? What's your favorite color? I want to say pink, but I don't know if that's her favorite color, if that's just a color she likes. What's your favorite color, Lisa? I'm waiting. I'll get markers and I will highlight it. It's Lisa's birthday. And I also on Wednesday, purple or pink? Okay, cool. Come here, markers. I see purple first. Oh, it'll clash with my thing. It's gonna be pink because that will go better with my colors. Pink. Lisa's birthday. Lisa corn. Yay. Anywho. And by the way, I did see you. Hi, Nat. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so I have a solar or a birthday reading at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday. And it is also the full moon. So I will note the full moon here because it's the full moon. And why is we with the shocked face? Steph, why did you put a face? Anyways, observing the moons is very important to me. So I often feel shitty sometimes around the moon. B, Oh my God, my brain stopped. Oh, that's so cool, Steph. That's awesome. Um, I want to make sure to prioritize and give myself time for the full moon. So I write it in my daily. And since the flat, like I have it here, but when the flaps open, I'm not going to be able to see that. So when I'm working, I want to make sure I have it here where I can see it. That is so cool. All right, let's see. Thursday, I have Thursday is date night. We watch Critical Role. I just realized I did not tell my child to go to bed. So I'm just going to be right back in just 1 minute. I'm just going to go put my kiddo to bed and just say goodnight to him for the third time because he's excessive like his mama. I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, and in the meantime, you can stare at my pretty journal. Oh my God, my dog. Okay, before I do that, let me show you this. Look at her. Look at her. Cora. Cora. She's still breathing. Look at her. She's such a cute little sausage. Hey. Woohoo. Hello, Cora. She doesn't like that. She's cute though. Okay, let me put you back. She's so cute. All right. Now you stare at my journal. I am going to go. I will be very right back. Okay. You. I love you. Okay. Ha. I always bug her. That's my job. I'm the parent that bugs me. How did I accidentally? My finger keeps highlighting comments on my phone. Anywho, I'm back. He's going to bed. He's just finishing his show. He's got like 2 minutes. Hello, Lisa. So Lisa Stevens is in the chat now. So Lisa Papez is now Lisa Corn. Like unicorn. Lisa Corn. That way we don't have to call Lisa Stevens the other. Okay. I do play D&D. It's my first time DMing. And I'm using a pre-written thingy campaign. It's called Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It's a newer one. And I'm playing with trusted friends, and a lot of them have DM experience, and my wife too. I'm playing with my wife because I did have a very bad D&D experience, which was not fun. On Saturday, my friend Suzanne is having a painting party, I think, unless she's changing that. Oh, God. And then there's Sunday. Ugh. Okay. Family thing. Ugh. All day. Sad face. And then Sunday evening, I play D&D at 8:30. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to just flip back over to, oh wait, I need to do the weekly reset on Saturday for my son's thing. On need to update Mama Earth on Friday or on Thursday. It's a farm delivery we get. And when we get it, it gets delivered. Apparently it's just Mama delivery, not Mama Earth this time. And Monday I have to put out the garbage for garbage day. Tuesday is garbage day. You okay, Bug? I can hear you sneezing. Budget. And on Friday, I have to budget for Soraya. So this is why I expanded to make sure what's going on in the chat. Lisa of the Corn. Oh my gosh. Lisa of the Corn. Yeah, like unicorn. But the Lisa of the Corn is funny. I'm just looking at the chat. Just separated. Oh, you're talking about how your cities are like away from each other. Oh my goodness, y'all, I have top chat instead of live chat. Bad, Kyra. Emerald, are you looking for ways to connect to D&D peoples? Okay, I have a question. When I do YouTube membership, how many people who are here who might be interested in a YouTube membership might be interested in a one shot as one of the, like, an occasional one shot as one of the, like, fancy things? Because I could run one shots once I've DM'd a bit, or I could recruit my wife too. And she is a fabulous DM. She does voices and everything. So if you are here and you're like, oh, no fire, that hand went up fast. If you're here and you're thinking, I'd be curious about the membership, well, I could put that for one of the tier. A one shot is a D&D game, except it's a one-off game. So in D&D you can have like campaigns where you're continuing a storyline, but a one shot is more so like how the role playing the tarot went. Like we played it and it was all like in one game, right? So it's one session, it's a one-off kind of thing. Whereas a campaign is, sorry, I forgot the lingo. Whereas, so I'm starting to run a campaign. It's however long it takes me to get through the story. Well, you seem comfortable talking to me. Thank you, Steph. Yes. There. It's like a sitcom situation, one encapsulated story. Emerald, you and I have already chatted. So DM me and remind me that you're interested, because I play and my wife is working on things too. So like I'm happy to bring you into things where you can test it and see what it's like for you and see if you enjoy it, right? You might as well go with someone you know who plays D&D that you feel more comfortable with. Anywho, okay, so I've got my I already had the weather filled in. I'm going to come back to this and do the fun witchy stuff. I'm trying to get the less fun witchy stuff, or the less fun stuff, out of the way. So now I have to go through my task list and look at this. I feel like I did a lot this week. And there was a lot of chaos. So I need to look through, put away the laundry. Oh, good gravy. From Fun Souffle and Stranger Things. Fair. Fair. Okay. I still have not put away my kids' laundry. I'm not going to write that on next week. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tarot wish list update, edit, and schedule. Okay, so I've edited that video. That video is coming out on Monday. So I'm going to leave that on the list and make sure I schedule it. Tarot wish list schedule. That's a video where I show you how tarot pulls to make characters are amazing. And I backed the Sun and Moon Tarot on Kickstarter. Oh shit. I kicked things. And it's like kind of werewolfy idea. The idea it's 2 decks. I backed them on Kickstarter. They're still finishing up some stuff, and then it's like you order it, you get a print code, and then it prints and ships to you through drive-through RPG or something like that. I've never seen Stranger Things either, Savannah. My wife just started watching it for the first time, and I'm extremely interested. Anyways, the Sun and Moon Tarot. I'm going to start your question, Emerald, because I'm extremely interested in it. I'll come back to that in a sec. The Sun and Moon Tarot, the idea is it's 2 tarot decks, and it's made specifically so they're standalone tarot decks, but they can also be used to create D&D games. And what got me really inspired was using them in some way for creating a werewolfy kind of world, or a world where it rapidly shifts from the sun to moon energy. Like the day life of the world is drastically different than the night life. Like how the werewolves, when the moon comes up, they become a whole new kind of creature. But it's very it's very like gaming style art. If you look up the Sun and Moon Tarot on Kickstarter, it should come up. Hold on, let me just show you. Let me get my Kickstarter up and I'll show you. I don't know like how it will be available and such past the Kickstarter because I'm terrible at remembering that stuff. But oh, sorry. It's called the Eternal Tarot. Yes, it is the Eternal Tarot. I'm just awful. So hold on, let me show you. Share screen. Chrome tab. The Eternal Tarot. Thank you. So it's the Eternal Tarot, Sun and Moon decks. It was shared in the group, like in the supportive tarot. That's how I found it. And I had to have it. So the idea is the cards get related but slightly different imagery so there. Temperance and the Hermit. This one's from the Sun deck. This one's from the Moon deck. The Sun deck draws from Western artistic influences and centers on the majesty of the sun. The Moon deck draws from Eastern artistic influences and centers on the mystery of the moon. And then I'm just trying, and there's a story with it. It's meant to be like a D&D thing that also hits the tarot world. I'm just trying to find an example. So there's dragons for the 10s. Hold on, I'm trying to find a side-by-side example of Yeah, drive through RPG, print on demand. Ugh. I want to like side by side. Oh, okay. So here, this is the Hermit in the Sun deck. This is the Hermit in the Moon deck, and so on, the related images. So that's what that is. That's fair. I told Sarai, I was like, the Emerald deck of intuition. I told Zariah if I wanted to, if she wanted to get me to DM to help me and support me in getting that. Okay. Now, Emerald, to your question, D&D dice for divination, I've actually never heard of. I'm extremely curious. There is some dice divination that goes on in my house, but I'm not one who does it. Okay, fix up kitchen, fridge, and pantry. That still needs to happen. So can you tell us more, Emerald? That still needs to happen. Okay, I gotta turn this book so I can write better. So this moved on to the next week. Finish astrology overview. I'm gonna cross that out because I'm kind of doing it as I go. Put away toilet paper. That still needs to happen. We bought a new thing of toilet paper and it's still sitting beside my altar instead of away. Fix up journal desktop. Yes. You okay, buddy? Did you turn on your music? That's Oh, perfect. Thank you, Emerald. That would be really, really helpful. And I'd be extremely interested, and so would my wife. So that would be amazing. So behind the scenes, when I'm not filming, I turn my journal towards me when I write, and I am a lefty. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-bum, ba-dum. Oh, fixing up my journal desktop. That's the filming has really been eye-opening, and I'm an indecisive person, and so the desk I brought in for my apothecary, which did not happen, and then I thought I'd use it for a reading desk to study tarot, which also I keep getting these grand ideas that don't actually work with who I am. So that desk needs to go out, and I'm going to be just cleaning up a bit. But my root tarot spread up on my website. So that's the root and growth spread. If you saw my journaling video from today, that's the spread I used in my moon return reading. So I'm going to be putting that up on the website. That hasn't happened yet. Ugh. I need to read the Witchlight Carnival thing to prepare myself for DMing. We have the session 0. So the session 0 is normally where people get together and they share a bit about like what their characters are going to be. You can do some like consent stuff to make sure if people have any hard lines of things they don't want in their games, all sorts of stuff. Patron poll retiming. That's for talking about like my lives. Thank you, Emerald. You're my favorite right now. That's for brain. That's for doing my videos where I go I totally didn't forget ahead. Excited for time traveling body doubling though. Oh, all right. Hi Anna. anyways, that's for timing. I want to get a feel of like what times work for people. I have to schedule my next decluttering one in the series, which I can tell you right now, I just realized I forgot to color this in. From the time I filmed, things have already changed. Like some things have already been saved from purgatory. Some things that I said I'm keeping, I'm already like, but am I going to keep you? They're on the chopping block. It's a whole thing. To schedule. So I have to schedule. I have a bunch of things I have to schedule. Schedule, declutter, adorable, adorbs and fey decks, and then schedule, declutter, other. Those all have to happen. Okay, Tarot Vampires First Impressions, that's going live this week. And I have that deck because of the lovely Barb. Shout out Barb, she's amazing. And she, oh my gosh, wait until y'all see that video. It was an experience. Oh, shoot, I have to schedule a time with my friend to come up with her grandkids to go swimming. This week was kind of hectic and weird. I want to make a spread in my bullet journal here for like working on my kiddos' development. I want to build it sort of like, okay, I want to build it sort of like how I have this kind of hub of information. Just a place where I can keep track of teaching him things like making sure my brain stopped again. Like the stuff he has to do, like start making his own food, start brushing, making sure he brushes his hair, just stuff like that, right? I have my Lisa reading project, and that's the project I'm doing from the past life reading I had with Lisa. I have to take out this desk. I have to do my Walk in Wild Wisdom intro video. I have to edit that and put it up. And that's an intro video for a new series that's going to be coming to my channel in late fall, which I'm very excited about. And the last couple things I have on this list are pre-recorded readings I have to do. And so I'm wondering where to put those because those have a time limit. I wanted to put them on the top of the list, but I forgot. Lisa's, I think I'll just go with caps. B-Day reading. And then I have 2 readings. That have to be up by July 19th. There's no reason I can't do them sooner than that. Okay. Alrighty, that's my list. This is the thing I hate about felt tip pens. Off so easily. All right, so. And then every day I write Bojo video. Tarot declutter. I have to make sure those go off. Bojo. Let's do tarot vampires here. How y'all doing in the chat? I love fine liner pens, but they wear down so easily. Are you guys intrigued about my my Walk in Wild Wisdom series? I hope you are, because I'm not subtle and I want you to be intrigued. Okay. So that's the basics of the planning stuff. And what I like about this is that I can write in a couple things as my days go on, that maybe aren't necessarily on the list that I want to prioritize. Watching with my friend. Oh, that was so nice. Eating pizza, so doing good. Yeah, I like food. I'm hungry. I'm going to need some food. We got some groceries today. And yes, thank you, Emerald. Yes, be intrigued. Okay. So now we're at the fun, more witchy part. So the question is, I gotta move that aside for a minute. That is incredibly nice of you. I picked my Ellis Tarot this month to do my weekly ahead readings because I'm in the house. Cancer season for me is, oh, actually, you know what? That would be a good Friday video. My patrons already know about it because the Walk in Wild Wisdom series, the Walk in Wild Wisdom series, they're gonna have some extra stuff with. So there's gonna be some free content and then some extras. So, which I'm so excited about it. Okay, so I got the Ellis deck, and we're in Cancer season. For me, Cancer is my first house, and the first house is the house of self and identity. It's literally all the selfie stuff. If I could do them quickly enough to sell them, but I don't know how to do basic. That's fair. I am incredibly interested. I kind of want to one day develop a planner, but I don't know how possible that is for me. I don't know, but I'm kind of, not that I couldn't do it, just that like my brain does bullet journal and that's about it. So the reason I picked this deck for my week aheads is because it feels like me. I love this card, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. So week ahead, I'm gonna still do the energy obstacle advice because it's like my favorite. It's really good. Lisa did a very super deep dive. That's because you haven't found the right thing to set up yet, Barb. I truly, wholly believe that. When, like, I'm sure there are some exceptions. However, I was an exception. I would do planners. I would buy planners all the time. And it wasn't until I found something that clicked in my brain that made sense for the way my brain worked that I was able to start actually doing it. And I've been consistent with my bullet journal since 2016. So 2016 was a big year. Started bullet journaling, quit smoking, had a crisis, had major surgery, could have died, you know, all sorts of stuff. So the Tarot of the She, don't be, what did you just post about me? The Tarot of the She, don't be alarmed if at first the cardstock is kind of sticky, because it's glossy. Mine was at first. It went away. Live overwhelm? Do you mean life overwhelm? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Barb. We'll talk, Barb. You and I will talk, okay? Thank you, Loriana. That's really sweet. Ah, isn't that so satisfying? Okay, once more, because I can't stop shuffling. I'm really glad to hear that, Barb. Therapy is amazing, especially when you get a good therapist. And by good, I don't mean that some therapists are bad. Some are. Sometimes it's just that they're not the right one for you, right? Everyone has different needs and everyone has different things that to them are toxic, but to others it's empowering and helpful, right? That whole functional dysfunction conversation Lisa and Peggy had with the unicorn. So the same goes with therapists. And I'm sorry to hear you're overwhelmed too, Fern, Emerald. Fern, I'm hoping you are taking care of yourself. Remember, you're not. It does no one any good if you burn yourself out, right? Sometimes we have to take a step back for ourselves. I'm so glad to hear about it. I've had some awful experiences and therapy can be expensive. All right. So my week ahead, energy. That is multiple cards. 1. Energy. Okay. Obstacle. Oh boy. Guys, I'm feeling trepidatious. Advice. That one didn't quite land where I want it to. That multiple flipped. Advice. Advice for the week ahead. That's what we're talking about. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I know you. All right. How did I do this last time? I know you. I walked with you once upon a dream. I know the gleam in your eyes is so familiar, a gleam. And I know it's true. These visions are seldom what they seem. But if I know you, I know what you do. You love me at once, the way you did once upon a... Okay, so, oh, there's a land. Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right, this is interesting. The energy of the week for me is the Strength card. Okay. So here's the thing with the sky weather, and I'm going to try and explain this in less astrology nerd confusing terms. I'm going to try. There's this thing, I've mentioned it in one of my videos, karaoke with Kyra. Kyra loves singing. Kyra loves it. There's this thing in astrology called the Kazemi, and I talked about it, and it's basically when a planet comes close enough to the sun, it falls kind of out of power, right? Like the sun is so overpowering that when a planet is too close to the sun, it kind of loses its potency, and then it can be hard to access the energy of that planet. And then, but once it gets close enough, there's this sweet spot called the Kazemi. And the sweet spot tells us, can reveal a lot. So on Saturday, there's a Mercury Kazemi. And so we're learning a lot about our communication and the way we think about, because Mercury is our thoughts, it's our communication, it's our wavelength, right? It's the way our brain functions and the way we vocalize that functioning. So we're learning, we have the potential on Saturday for a few hours to really focus in on how we're communicating and thinking about something. And the way we figure out that something is by looking at the part of your chart. For me, that something is my first house because Mercury and the sun are in Cancer right now. So there's a moment this week coming up where I am learning a lot, and I could be learning a lot about how I think about and how I communicate about my identity, because that's what my first house is. Like, let me show you my chart. And this is if you're curious for how I do astrology shit, this is how I do astrology shit. So okay, so here's my chart. Here is my first house, and I have Chiron and my ascendant there, and I'll explain more of this in a second. But here's Mercury, and the ones on the outside are the planets where they are in the sky. So here's Mercury in Cancer, here's the sun in Cancer, and this is how it is right now. And Mercury is moving closer to the sun, and it's going to be doing this week. And you'll notice the sun is very close to my Chiron and my ascendant. So as these are moving, they're moving closer to my Chiron and ascendant, and they're bringing a lot of aspects to my chart. And aspects in the chart is like it's activating that energy. Okay. So, and your ascendant sign or your rising sign is how you dawn on the world. It's how you present yourself. So if you were an ice cream cone and you dipped yourself in chocolate or in sprinkles, if you dipped your ice cream cone self in chocolate or sprinkles, the sprinkles or the chocolate, whatever's on the outside, is your rising sign. It's how you first present to people. It's how people perceive you. It's how you want to be perceived. Sometimes it's not how you want to be perceived. That depends. But it's all about like first impressions, how you dawn on the world. That's the saying. And Chiron is your wounded healer. And your wounded healer is as difficult as it sounds, and it's where you're most wounded. It's your deepest wound. And it's also the place where you most want to help heal and support others, because you've been so wounded in this area that you would never want anyone else to experience what you've experienced. Mine is my Chiron, my wounded healer is right on top of my rising sign in the house of my identity. So all week, as things are moving closer, I'm getting aspects on my rising sign and on my Cancer and on my Chiron. So I'm going into a week where, trying to find the words. Are y'all still with me? Have I bored you to death? Please tell me I'm interesting right now. I'm feeling very insecure. Please reassurance. I would really appreciate it. I could use some. No, it's not insecure. I feel very vulnerable. I feel incredibly vulnerable because this shit's very hard. I'm thank you, Steph. This week I'm scared, honestly. I'm nervous because my identity stuff is hard. I've talked about it on my channel, how hard it is, how much I struggle with my identity. I haven't talked a lot about it in real life. And no, you need to book a session with me, Barb. That's what you need to do. You need to sit and book a session with me and we'll talk some astrology. That's what you need to do. That's really good, Lisa. So for other Cancer risings, this is your first house too. You might not have your Chiron there, but oh, is that for me, Emerald? Are you saying if I need to talk, I can DM you? Is that for me? That's very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate all the. Yeah, anytime, Barb. Seriously. Thank you, Emerald. That's very, very kind. And anytime, Barb, I'm always here. Just hit me up. Let me know. So I've been going through a lot with my identity. And like my hair, shaving my head was kind of a big symbol and a very empowering thing. And the scary factor is I have no clue who I am, or I feel like I don't have a clue who I am. My identity is very confusing and it doesn't help. Hi. It doesn't help that I spent the first 20 years of my life being constantly gaslit by everybody. The thing that makes this extra, so I've got all these aspects going on. So like on Wednesday, the sun in the sky is conjuncting my Chiron. And the moon in the sky is conjuncting my North Node. On Thursday, the sun in the sky will be conjuncting my ascendant sign, and the moon will be conjuncting. That's wonderful, Emerald. I love the bright colored hair. I want to get wigs because I really don't like the bleach. The moon in the sky is conjuncting my Saturn. On Friday, Mercury will conjunct my Chiron, and then it will conjunct my ascendant. And then on Saturday, Venus is conjuncting my Mars, and then everyone has the Mercury Cazimi. So it feels like this big buildup all week of potentially a very rapid onslaught of realizations and understanding about my identity and about myself And that feels very scary. And what makes it even scarier is the fact that on Sunday I'm going to see my family. And to be honest, I don't want to go. My family doesn't like me very much. I like my sister who's coming home from Vancouver for a visit, which is why I've agreed to go. But my family doesn't like me very much. I'm excited to see my nibblings. And for those who don't know, nibblings is a gender neutral term for nieces and nephews. So I'm excited to see my nibblings. But I'm not excited to see a lot of them. And my Chiron stuff relates directly to like my mom and stuff. And what makes all of this worth is this fucking card. This is my life path number card. So I'm supposed to learn from strength. And here it is. So that tells me that this is actually a very easy message. What it's telling me is that like this week is important. It's major. This is the energy of this week. It is major. It will teach me a lot. It will help me. It will help me on my path a lot because all of my issues always come back to my identity. The obstacle is if I get too bogged down in trying to be practical, trying to take practical action. I need to allow this week to be very organic and to just be what it is. It could be an extremely hard week. It could be a very overwhelming week. And oh, yay, flags! I love flags and happy hearts. Thank you. Is there a gender queer flag? I wish there was. Probably, maybe not. Maybe. I'm checking. I don't know where the flags are. It's too much work to try and find flags right now. Anywho, this week has This week has the potential for a lot of learning and a lot of things clicking in. This feels like a lot of things clicking in, me understanding, which I want that. I want that understanding for the life's path. Look, my dog's gotten up. Hi, Cora. Cora. Look at her. She's short because she's half basset hound. The obstacle feels like not trying to force the week to be something else. Like I was starting to say, this week could be really hard for me. It could be very overwhelming for me. It could just be a lot. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Emerald. It could just be a lot. So it's not a good week for me to try and be extremely practical and for me to try and force myself to do the damn thing. So my videos could be squidgy. I could be in weird moods. I might want to just journal a lot. And I need to, as much as I can, allow myself the space for that. Because this scream, like the King of Rods is nothing if not practical, right? He's done that practical. I know, it's such a fabulous thing. There's actually an ally flag, Barb. It's really cool. It's got rainbow. Get down off that counter, Cora. Sorry. This is very practicality. So having this in an obstacle, it's like the King of Wands is the breadwinner. It's the nurturer from that whole like, yeah, an ally flag. It's really cool. It's the nurturer from that whole perspective of I'm going to take care of you in this material plane, because the king being the rods being the material world. And then this. I did a video about this when this was stalking me. The advice is stop trying so hard. My lesson with the Page of Pentacles was I was trying too hard. So my week feels very much like this week ahead is telling me it's very much feels like a lot of shifts, and I just need to fucking, oh, I hate myself for this. I need to surrender and just allow this week to be what it is. So I'm just going to quickly try and write some of that. Okay. I just want to, so I wrote, this week brings the potential for a lot of development and self-realizations and aha moments. Be sure to surrender and allow this week to be what it is. So that's my week ahead. So here's, I can't believe I got the strength card for this. I was already like nervous, and I'm really, it's really hard for me to unmask around my family. And I just don't know how much I can mask, how much I can tolerate masking and accommodating them. Oh, good. I'm so glad you checked it out, Barb. I hope you get one because we need allies. Because yeah, I'm not, it's weird. It's still, I still don't even like say my sexual identity or my sexuality identity, because like all I figured out is I'm not straight. Am I pansexual? Am I bisexual? Am I just lesbian? Haven't figured that out. I'm gonna work on that. That's this next part. I have to do my witchy planning square. So we'll come back to that. But we need some allies, because I used to present as someone who is just straight, but I am not. And my dog is whining that she wants in my bedroom. So just 1 second before she squeaks. Not in there, but you can go lay down. Okay, I'm coming back. My house is very small. Yeah, and figuring out what's heteronormativity, which is basically what is me trying to mask as straight versus what is my actual attraction to men. It's a whole thing. So I'm not straight. That's all I know for sure. And everything else is kind of goopy. It just feels goopy. But so what do I have that I want to do here? Okay. I'm going to do a full moon reading. And the cool part about the full moon on Lisa's birthday, don't forget, it's on the 13th. The full moon is in Capricorn. And for me, Capricorn is my 7th house of one-on-one relationships, which is also where my North Node is. And the North Node is a point you're moving towards. And In fact, the full moon is conjuncting my north node, which means it's very, very close. So this feels like a really good week, even if it's not on the full moon. It feels like a really good week to do. Here are my goals. I had written about deciding on my dresses, reading the Enneagrams type, live by Rose's rule, which was basically wear what you like that makes you feel good, even if you don't think you look good in it. It's about feeling good, not more so than looking good, right? Because looking good's subjective. But I also wrote identity reading and shadow emperor. So I want to do, this is a good week to do an identity reading. If you all have any suggestions of really good stuff you would do for self-care, if this was your week coming up, what might you do for self-care? Share with us in the chats if you feel so inclined, because that's what this box, the idea is like, I take my sky info, I take my week ahead, and I plan it out. I'm going to put a star beside this grounding and centering thing, because that feels very important. I could do a North Node reading specifically. Oh, and I have to do, well, I don't have to, but some of my homework, I would take a walk outside in the evenings. That's nice, Savannah. I love that in theory, except for the fact that I'm very nervous about walking outside alone in the dark. And I can't bring my spouse with me because we have a kid. So one of us has to stay home. So unfortunately, I don't tend to take walks in the evenings unless it's like before it's dark, but then it's a whole family affair. Although I suppose I could take walks by myself before Cameron goes to bed when Zariah's home. I'll think about it. Oh man, I had a thought. It's such a great idea though. I love evening strolls this time of year, especially. North Node reading, I mentioned wanting to do that. Oh, yes. To offset the dream of the family thing, I'd make it a point to plan a calming activity with your favorite people that restore your energy. The great thing about the family thing is that's on Sunday, and Sunday evenings we always play D&D. And so, and my friends who I play D&D with know I'm going to be with my family, so I'm going to be releasing some of that tension with them, which I'm very, very excited about. Right, my homework. So in my past life reading I got from Lisa, she pulled a starter card of like, here's an energy, here's a gateway that you can use so you can tap into that energy, right? Here's a starting point. No, it's not. It's not a coincidence because families have functioned for so long not having real fucking grown-up conversations where they actually work to be healthy, and there's this completely bullshit toxic environment that like, it's your family, you have to put up with them, and fuck no you don't. I have cut off an entire side of my married family, not in contact with them anymore. That happened within the last year. And I stopped talking to my father when I was 16. I'm 31. I've almost passed the point where I've spent more time with him out of my life than in my life. I have no qualms. When I'm done with people, I'm fucking done. And I have no qualms. So, but that's why, because there's this, for some reason, there's this societal ideal that they're your family means you have to put up with them and you have to put up with their bullshit and you're stuck with them. And that's horse shit. It's absolute horse shit. Anywho, Lisa pulls a card at the beginning of her readings, and she's talked about this as like a focus card. So that way, if you really want to tap into the energy of the reading, and in the past life reading, she described it to me as like, this is like the gateway. So if you want to work with this energy that we're going to talk about in the reading, you can do work with this gateway. And the card she pulled for me was the waning moon with the keyword surrender. And her and my reaction was quite appropriately ridiculous because of the first word that came out was surrender. Oh, I'm sorry that that had to be the way it is right now, Emerald, and I'm glad that you are taking action that hopefully is beneficial to you and is helpful for you. I assume so. People don't nonchalantly cut off family. Like, it's not a thing people just do. By the time people get to the point of cutting off family, they've thought about it for a long time and they've reached the end of their rope. What same page are we on about how family is horseshit? Because yeah. But yeah, so part of that homework was like, I can do work with the waning moon. And that reading, like I said, I'm working on a project with it. It was so age. I'm 31. Oh, we are the same age. Oh my God, I put a P in that. Yeah, I'm 31. Yeah, I see that now. I don't know how I didn't before. But yeah, I guess so. Does that mean you're also in your Saturn return? I want to see your chart now, Emeralds. I want to see your chart now. Anywho, so part of that is like I could work with the waning moon. So I want to do that. I want to work with the waning moon. Oh, I'm so sorry, Savannah. I actually have been having nightmares about them popping back up. I had one like the other night about my father-in-law just showing up, and I don't appreciate the fact that within the same week I had a nightmare where I had like made peace with my father. Not that I ever will, because I've made peace with the fact that he is who he is and that he was not in a place that he could work on it. But the same week I had a dream about making peace with my father in some way. I have a nightmare about my father-in-law showing up. So it's to have to cut off two father figures in your life is a whole thing. And like, my mom doesn't like my hair and it's stressful. So that's what I've got for my witchy planning right now off the top of my head. My full moon reading, doing an identity reading, doing lots of readings, just all the tarot basically. Yeah, I don't know. Let's pull some ghosts. Thanks, y'all. I think that's it for my weekly, unless y'all have any ideas of witchy stuff I can do, but I want to play with my boo tarot. And I might as well do that with you for a little bit. I just want to like clear out some of this. Oh, actually, do you guys want to see what I did with my tarot vampires? Do y'all want a sneak peek? Because my tarot of vampires needed a home. So do you all want a sneak peek? I made my tarot vampires a box. And I'll still I can still pull some cards if y'all want. Yes, sneak peek. Oh, good. That's so great. So here's my Boo Tarot. My cards for my week go over there. Barb has been getting sneak peeks of what this looks like, but so I made a box. I didn't make the box, but I took Barb, breathe. Okay. So Barb sent me a whole thing. You'll see that video. That'll go up on Wednesday. And I had this wooden box. I took the tissue paper that was in the wrapping. So this is the tissue paper that Barb wrapped my vampire tarot in, or my tarot of vampires in. I took that tissue paper and I just used white glue and I glued it on layer by layer. Oh, that was my dog, not my kid. And then I have a bunch of this really gorgeous fabric that I've had for years that I love. Let me get a big piece so you can see it. Ain't no sunshine when love this fabric. So I have this fabric. So I use some of that fabric on the middle part. I'm kind of debating putting like a pentagram there. So I even did the bottom. And then back. So this is a sneak peek of what Barb did, because this was in the fucking lid of the box. It says, I hide in the shadows and long for the light, for I am a vampire imprisoned by night. The moon is my sun, the night is my day, blood is my life, and you are my prey. It's by Unknown. That Barb stuck that in the box. And then I have some more of my fabric, which I love. So it opens this way. And then Barb also did this. And she's a cheeky fucker, and she glued it, so I can't even get the garnet out. So Barb also sent with my Tarot Vampires. The poem is perfect, and I had to save it. I had to save it and put it in, so it's glued in there. But she glued it, so I can't even. I think she glued it. Did you glue it? Did you glue it, Barb? Because I can't get it open, and I admit I kind of want to save the garnet because I love it. I love that it's in here, but also at the same time. Oh, maybe I can get it out. Also, at the same time, I want to put some rose petals in here. Okay, if that's pushed in too far, Cora, what are you doing? Oh, you've got your phone. So, vampire tears. If you stick a pin in the, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I can see it coming up. Gonna wiggle that fucker out. There we go. Oh my God. I'd like to point out that I'm bending my pin, but it's a cheap pin, so that's fine. Ta-da! I did it. All right. So I'm probably not going to steal, but hold on. Let me get my rose petals. These are some rose petals. I was just walking, and I found some roses. And so I took them out and I dried them. I'm afraid they're not quite dry enough, but they're fine. All right. So I wanted to put a couple. When I did the unboxing, I took the rose petals out and I sprinkled them all over. You're gonna have to watch that because it's a whole experience. There, check that out. Now it's got some rose petals. Isn't that cool? So that lives right here. And I could fit another, like a crystal. The fabric, I love this fabric. And then, of course, we have my Tarot of Vampires. Instead of pulling some ghosts, should I pull some vampires? What do you think? Do we want some random ghosts or some random vampires? That fabric, I know, I'm so in love with it. I have a bunch of it, and I don't use a lot of fabric, but I can't bring myself to part with it. Our carnelian would be really great, or another stone. I know, Barb, I know. Vamps. I really love this deck. It's all the right kinds of sexy and fiery, and oh, I love it. It makes me so happy. All right. So what are we pulling for? I don't know. Let's just pull random cards. Let's see. Vampires over ghosts. Good night, Lisa. I hope you had fun. I've been using my Boo Tarot for my daily draws. I'm still nervous to like use it a lot because of the fucking card stock. Because I like riffle shuffling. But I've been using it for my daily pulls since I got it. And I just haven't really had something that I want to use my Boo Tarot to read with yet. I imagine my Boo Tarot will be very child-like reading for me. All right, one more shuffle. Let's see. All right, let's see what vampires want to come out and play. I wonder when my wife will be home. Daughter of Knives. That's too many bad vampires. And we don't like the tower. The tower goes back in the deck. Bye, Navarra. The Eight of Knives. Yeah, the daughter. What, with my cards? Barb, do you mean with my cards flying everywhere? Oh, honey, that's just me all the time. But Faye like me, so. The Daughter of Knives, yeah, would be Page of Swords. It goes Daughter, Knight, Queen, Prince. Emerald, you seem to know Thoth. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Because the Prince replaces the King. I think. One more. Oh, wait, is that what you were saying? What was going on with Lisa and the live readings? Did you all say while I was gone that it was the Fae? Lord of Skulls. I don't even have like a thing for this deck, but it feels like there's something hidden. Like just beneath the surface. And like she knows. She knows what's hidden. And it doesn't feel far below the surface. It feels like kind of like, you know, those things where there's like a locked room and everyone knows something bad is going on in the room, but no one opens the door. It feels like that. It feels like there's something hidden, but it's obviously hidden. It's hidden in plain sight. This card. And this is kind of the thing that's hidden. It's the struggle, the pain, I want to say enjoyment, whether it's someone enjoying the pain they're causing or someone enjoying the pain being caused in a kind of self-harming kind of way, not in like a physically self-harming, but we harm ourselves in lots of ways. I feel very much like, and I have no clue if it makes any sense, but I feel very much like she knows what's going on here. She knows. She knows it. She sees it. She knows what needs to be done. But she's not doing the thing, except for the fact that now, if she doesn't do the thing, something is going to happen. Oh, sorry, it's lords instead of knights. My bad. The Lord of Skulls, this is the Knight of Pentacles. And these are the Page and Eight of Swords. Does anyone... This feels very elephant in the room. Has anyone got like a big elephant in the room kind of thing that no one's talking about, but y'all know it? Oh yeah, her eyes are looking slightly to the left. But she knows. She knows. There's something known. It feels very elephant in the room. Like everyone can see the door that says, danger, don't open. Everyone can hear the screams of the bondage guy coming from the door, but no one's actually saying anything. No one's actually talking about it. So I'm wondering if anyone has some elephant in the room situations going on, or am I just talking to about myself again? I don't know. Barb, I love this deck. Apparently, um, I'm just baffled by my reaction to this deck, I guess. But it feels very intuitive. Did anything I say make any sense, even if it's not personally relatable to anyone? Because this just could be my own elephant in the room. And I'm not at all. It's just the images. Like this is just like, careful, I'm coming for your fucking head. So the question is, do we call the elephant in the room to protect them from what's coming from their head? Or when we call out the elephant in the room, we're risking the fear that they're coming for our head. But something's not right, and we all know it, kind of thing. And I could very well just be talking about my own situation, but these images. That's fine, Barb. These images, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna be hopping off. Oh my god, strength is on the bottom of the deck. So apparently this is just more for me. Did I at least make any sense? Unbelievable. Strength's on the bottom of the deck. Of course it is. Wow. Good night, Emeralds. Okay, cool. So apparently this reading is for me. I really love this deck. Like, it's just so emotive. I have new decks coming, but I am going to start wrapping it up because like Emerald Fern said, it's 10:30 my time. I've been on about 2 hours, which I suspect is probably going to be my running time frame. So put the vampires away for the night. Thank you, beautiful vampies. did you all have fun with me as I rambled and looked at my planner? Ugh, love it so much. I hope you did. I had lots of fun. I love coming and chatting with you. I might be becoming addicted to lives, to going live. So I hope you all had fun. Whoops, wrong person. Hold on. Wrong camera. So I'm going to, yay, I'm so glad, Steph. Thank you very much. Thank you so much to everyone who came throughout the live, to everyone watching on replay. Thank you very much too. It does. It feels like hanging out with friends, which is really nice. I really love it, and I really appreciate you all. Stay tuned to my channel. I'm less than 30 subscribers away from 1,000, and once I hit 1,000, I'm gonna do a celebration. So, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you haven't. Sorry, guys, I have to do the spiel for the people who are watching on replay. Comment. My website is on sale for the rest of the month of July 2022. So if you're watching this in the future, sorry, I'm sure there'll be more sales. But if you're watching it in the present time, there's a sale. Everything except one thing is, oh, that's okay, princess. Everything except one thing on my website is approximately 50% off, and it's only approximately because I don't like math. So I round things. So I am going to go, and I think I'm going to give myself tomorrow off from videos. I'm actually going to be home alone in the morning. And so I will see you all for Monday's journaling video. And then the people who missed this can watch this back as tomorrow's video for the live. Like, they can watch that back. So I'm going to let you go, and I will see you all very soon. Lots of love. Bye.